Seeing our favorite athletes struggle is scary, but how would you feel if you came to know that the guy you love is on the edge of death? In reality, this has happened several times. Our favorite football sensations have returned from near death. Thankfully, they were rescued from their ordeal, but we must know what really happened. In this video, we'll look at some close calls involving football players, so keep watching till the end. Hello everyone, and welcome to Football Players. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update on Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar, or anything about the best players in the world and history. Having said that, let's get into the video. Football is the first love of anybody who has ever been a die-hard sports fan. We give all we have to our favorite team, and we adore our favorite players with all our hearts. It's certainly unpleasant to witness our sports heroes struggle, or in some cases, almost die from this position. Let's take a look at some of the scenarios in which we might have lost our favorite footballers if things had gotten a bit worse. Neymar. The Brazilian superstar is very good at stealing hearts, but you wouldn't believe that he has come back from a close call twice. When Neymar wrecked his Ferrari Spider on his way to the airport to meet up with the rest of his teammates, he completely ruined the left side of the car. Despite the accident's emotional damage, Catalan newspaper Sport said that the 24-year-old was still ready to play. With a potential 2-year prison sentence hovering over his head and a 6-game goal drought, it had been a struggling time for the former Santos ace. Probably that's why he lost control of the supercar. But this was not the only time. Neymar was nearly killed in a vehicle accident when he was 1 year old. On that terrible day, his father was coming down from the mountain. It was pouring and storming when one of the automobiles abruptly lost control and collided with their vehicle. Neymar was badly hurt and bloodied, but he had no fractures and was brought to the hospital. His father was gravely hurt and believed he would die, but it was his small kid whose condition troubled him the most. But by God's grace, he is still entertaining us with his skills, and we hope that nothing like that will ever happen to him. Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen, a Danish midfielder, fainted during his country's Euro 2020 match against Finland in Copenhagen and required life-saving treatment on the pitch. Following the incident, the game between Denmark and Finland was called off in the 43rd minute and restarted later Saturday, with the Finns winning 1-0 and Eriksen being named player of the match. The whole world prayed for his speedy recovery on the internet, and his love for the sport was the most beautiful thing to ever watch. However, Eriksen marked his comeback to international football in a spectacular way. The 30-year-old earned a hero's welcome from the Dutch audience when he played at the stadium of his former club, Ajax. He actually suffered from a heart attack. The doctor said he would have been gone before being resuscitated. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. After seeing Zlatan Ibrahimovic's car illegally parked on a sidewalk, Peter Mangs, a serial killer who carried out a succession of assaults in the southern Swedish city of Malmö between 2003 and 2010, said that he planned to kill the football sensation Zlatan Ibrahimovic. After seeing Ibrahimovic's red Ferrari, the 43-year-old grew enraged, calling his unlawful parking classic Balkan behavior, alluding to the famous striker's Bosnian ancestry. The murderer said that he went to retrieve his pistol and returned to find the automobile vanished. In 2013, Mangs received a life sentence for 2 murders and 8 attempted murders. Thankfully, Zlatan went away before anything bad happened. Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva has established himself as a Parisian icon after winning Brazil's first Copa America in 12 years and being a key member of the last AC Milan team to win the Scudetto. But it was all so close to never happening. The Brazilian almost retired from football after a disastrous and perhaps lethal period in Russia. After being brought in as part of the rebuilding process following Jose Mourinho's move to Chelsea, Silva struggled at first, only appearing for the second string and not making a single first-team appearance. He had begun to complain to the medical staff about flu-like symptoms since he couldn't keep up with the tempo of the game in Portugal, but nothing was discovered. He deteriorated until he returned to Moscow following a preseason visit to Lisbon when he appeared abnormally feeble. Doctors diagnosed him with TB not long after. Thiago Silva, who was a footballer in his prime, developed the condition and was not detected for 6 months, which makes it all the more unusual that he contracted it and it was not diagnosed for 6 months. Thiago developed a hole in his lung, according to doctors, and had to undergo surgery. They advised against expecting him to return to training. It would be the end of his professional career. Thiago Silva was all for it, despite being unable to kick a ball for months and spending nearly a year in a Russian hospital. He only wanted his nightmare to be over. Thankfully, his mother refused to undergo surgery, and they were able to get Thiago Silva out of Moscow and back to Porto, where he began his rehabilitation. However, he returned to Brazil after a year and joined Fluminense, where he restored his career, winning the 2007 Copa do Brasil and gaining the moniker O Monstro, or the Monster, for his excellency. Dele Alli. Dele Alli, a Tottenham midfielder, was robbed at knife point in the early hours of the morning at his North London home by vicious intruders. Just after midnight, two guys entered the footballer's home while he was playing pool with his fiancée Ruby May and brother Harry Hickford. During a battle with the robbers, who stole many pricey pieces of jewelry before leaving, the England star was hit in the face. Before escaping, two individuals gained entrance to the property and took jewelry, including watches. A longtime friend and Hickford's partner have also been confined to Ali's house, and while everyone was shocked, no significant injuries were sustained. CR7. Cristiano Ronaldo, the Manchester United megastar, once wrecked his Ferrari on his way to work. He was driving his $380,000 Ferrari 599 GTB through a tunnel beneath Manchester Airport around 10:20 a.m. near his posh property in Cheshire. The front of the supercar was entirely destroyed, with the glass broken, the left wing mirror ripped off, and the back tire completely flat. The automobile lost one of its front wheels as a result of the collision, and it ricocheted against the wall before coming to a rest. It looked like the motorist lost control before hitting the tunnel side. In the collision, he was extremely fortunate not to hit other vehicles on the road and even luckier to have escaped uninjured. It was a bad incident, and he might have easily sustained catastrophic injuries, as seen by the car's damage. Cristiano claimed that dampness and oil on the road were to blame for the accident. David Beckham. After kicking out Diego Simeone in the round of 16 loss to Argentina, the former England great became one of the most despised persons in the country. After recalling the vilification he faced during the 1998 World Cup, David Beckham has spoken out on the need of being transparent about your mental health. Argentina knocked England out in the last 16 when Beckham was sent off for striking out at Diego Simeone after being fouled by him. Beckham went from being a media darling to one of England's most despised figures. A photograph of a Beckham effigy hanging outside a pub went viral, and he got death threats. He spent the days horrifyingly. Messi. This has been a really close call. On the Colombian disaster aircraft, Lionel Messi was 18 minutes from death. The same plane that crashed in Colombia on Monday night, killing all 76 people on board, including players of the Brazilian football team Chapecoense Real. The aircraft was used by Argentina 2 weeks before the catastrophe. Lionel Messi and his squad were flown from Belo Horizonte to Ezeiza International Airport aboard a British Aerospace 146 jet, which was confirmed by the Jose Maria Cordova International Airport as La Mia Bolivia RJ85, registration CP2933. According to reports, the Argentine player and his colleagues were in the air for more than 4 hours, on an airplane that could only fly for 4 hours and 22 minutes with a full fuel tank. Aboard November 11, the Argentine national team embarked on the plane with only an 18-minute margin for error before successfully landing. Following the team's World Cup qualifier versus Brazil, the trip from Brazil to the Argentine capital Buenos Aires lasted 4 hours and 4 minutes. On November 28, the same jet, rented by Brazilian team AF Chapecoense, crashed into a mountaintop. This is indeed really scary. We definitely do not want to miss the greatest footballers, but what do you think about these accidents? Don't forget to let us know in the comments. That's it for the day, guys. We hope you enjoy watching the video. You can appreciate it by clicking the thumbs up button, and for more upcoming videos like this, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you will never miss updates about football stars like Cristiano, Messi, Neymar, and many more. Peace.